Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the ball, ladies, doing and only Charlie Brown, and happy Halloween. It's Halloween 2022 or 2020, the sequel. Anyway, so I just want to do this real quick. I'm going to get you guys what I call the Halloween blast. I'm going to give you guys 4 Halloween movies that I really enjoy, 2 recent and 2 from the past, and I'm just going to throw them at you for this year's Halloween. And here we go. The first movie, spoiler alert, by the way, just in case. The first movie is the movie called Barbarian. Now, going into the movie Barbarian, well, you know a little bit about the movie. There was something downstairs in the basement, or something like a corridor in the basement. That's all I pretty much knew. I knew that the guy who played It from the new movie It, the last one that came out, he was supposed to be in the movie, and his face alone is horrifying, but actually he was kind of very, very, very charming in this movie. Not to mention the main character, who you pretty much follow behind her. Now, there's a couple things about the movie I want to talk about. Number one, the movie takes place, according to them, in Brightmoor, Michigan. Now, I've been to Brightmoor. I've driven through Brightmoor, and I can say that Brightmoor is kind of messed up. Funny story, when I was younger, I heard about people doing insurance jobs, and I really wanted to get rid of this car that I had. And what I did was, I parked the car in Brightmoor, left the keys in it, and then walked away. And this person who just so happened to be, how should I put this, strung out on drugs, a crackhead is what they normally say, but I'm trying not to be rude or mean, but that's what he was. So he followed me all the way down the street and started to chase after me. He finally caught up to me, breathing hard, and said, "Hey, you don't want to leave your keys in your car around here." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So to me, it was like nobody wanted to take that shitty ass car. Anyway, with that being said, Brightmoor is a place where people kind of look and frown upon. At one point, Brightmoor was a very flourishing place. I think at this point now, people are trying to sink money into it to try to pick it back up, to make it look different than what it currently is. At one point, because I haven't been over in Brightmoor in a while. I'm 38, and I probably haven't been in Brightmoor, like driving through Brightmoor, since, I don't know, like the last, like 12 years maybe. So I really don't know what it looks like now. And if anybody here watching this knows anything about Brightmoor, please comment down below. But with the sorry about that. So with them setting it there, but then finding out that they actually shot the movie somewhere else, and there actually a scene where she walks out of the house during the daytime, and you can see what the streets and stuff looks like. They make it look horrifying. Like there's abandoned houses everywhere, and just ran down places. But then there's one pristine house is just sitting there in the middle of the street, which makes it all just, it's freaking hilarious. And then there's little aspects like that to the movie that make the movie more enjoyable, actually. Because when you think about that fact, like, why would this one house out of all the other houses be all messed up? And more importantly, why would this one house randomly on the street be a bed and breakfast? Because that's how the movie plays through. She shows up at a bed and breakfast, and when she tries to unlock the door, you have to put the code in. She tries to put the code in, and then she realizes there's no key. Somebody's already in the house, and the two of them decide to stay in the house together. But upon going into the basement, they realize there's a room hidden down in the basement. But they're like, oh, okay. Then they go through that, and then they realize it goes deeper, and then it goes under the house, and there's tunnels and stuff. And they find this horrifying creature, and then they unveil what the creature is. I don't really want to spoil that, because when you find out what that is, you can be like, oh. Anyway, with that being said, all in all, I really enjoyed this movie. It's one of the best horror movies I've seen in a long time, and I'm not really that big of a horror fan, but the horror movies I really do get into are those that make me feel uneasy while watching it. I'm not really into the whole supernatural thing, whatever. I got God on my side, I'm good. I'm not really into, the slashers like they used to be. Slashers are not what they used to be at all. I wish they were, but they're not. Like the classic, kind of like when you have the Freddy Krueger and Michael Myers, Halloween, Friday the 13th, the original ones. After a while, they started to get a little bit more commercial, if you ask me. And they started putting this, it just became this as a gore fest. The original Scream, which, made fun of movies like that and stuff like that, was great. But this, and on top of the fact, this movie made you feel uneasy, it also has a comedic director. He done, I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a show called The Whitest Kids You Know, which I was first introduced to by my best friend Glaze. Soon he will be on Around Town. So he introduced me to them, and I thought they were hilarious, and they made the movie Miss March as well. Go check out Miss March, because that's one of the funniest movies I've seen in, like, ever. But from a writing standpoint, and from the story, from the actors all did a great job. They got the point across, what they were trying to get across in the movie. The emotions and stuff they were trying to convey, I understood, I believed them, I felt for them in certain situations that I was supposed to feel for them, and I felt uneasy when I was meant for me to feel uneasy. So all in all, I give that movie a thumb up, and if I can give you other thumb, where's the other thumb at? Can I get the other one in there? Okay, 2 thumbs up. The movie gets a pass. Great movie, and I want you guys to go and check it out. If you can pick up what I'm putting down, Around the Town, Charlie Brown. 1 down, 3 to go.